morning, everyone. It is now 7:02. Good morning, Tom and Tim and Tina and Kimberly. It's a cold, frosty start to the day. This is a live look there in Maryville as we get the morning started, and it's going to continue to stay on the chillier side throughout the day today. A live look in Hardin Valley as we get the morning started. We will continue to see some clear skies, a lot more sunshine throughout the day, and just a tad warmer weather is expected throughout the afternoon hours as well. So here are your weather headlines. Good morning, a cold morning, a dry and breezy afternoon. So just like yesterday, we're talking about some breezier winds to be with us throughout the day today. Clear and chilly overnight tonight, lighter wind expected. A slight warming trend here throughout the week, all the way through Friday. And our next best chance of rain moves its way in on Friday. But doesn't cool us down as the weekend, into the weekend, I should say. We're going to talk much more about that as Wake Up with Witcher starts right now.
You're watching East Tennessee weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
All right, 7:03 right now. How's everyone doing this morning? Are we doing all right? It is a rather chilly start to the day, and that's really going to be the story all day today. Notice a little bit of a different view or vantage point here this morning. We've gone full screen, and I'm actually going to go to the weather wall here this morning as we get to forecast underway here on this good old Tuesday morning. The first day of spring, by the way, so happy spring. It is the vernal equinox. We're going to be talking much more about that coming up here in just a few minutes. We're also talking about the elevated fire danger and the chillier temperatures that will be in place throughout the day today. So a live look there from our 24-hour temperature trend, and you'll notice that we do have some chillier weather with us. Temperatures are trending colder, anywhere from 5 to nearly 15 degrees colder. So when you look at the numbers, well, it's not warm by any stretch of the imagination. We're now in the 20s for all of East Tennessee, a couple of low 30s in Chattanooga, Newport. Anyway, so a little bit of light frosting out there, like what we saw, what was it, last week or so when I said, I'm not quite sure if we'll see any frost out there. Well, the temperature and dew point still are pretty far away from each other, but I think if you park outside, metal objects, surfaces, patio furniture will have just a little bit of frost on them here this morning. But hey, listen, we're going to have a lot more sunshine throughout the day today. We start off in the 20s. We'll climb into the low 40s as we get into the lunch hour. And our goal today is going to be into the 50s. And so we are looking at some cooler weather to stick with us here throughout the day today as our forecast highs again top out in the 50s. And we'll head into the evening hours. If this is all you care to know, we sure hope you have a great day. We're going to be in the mid-50s by 6. And by 10 o'clock here tonight, we'll drop down into the mid-40s. I do want to talk about traffic here this morning. We'll take you to the TDOT SmartWay cameras here. Don't know where they went. There they are. And again, traffic is running smoothly. We are currently accident-free to get the day started. So no issues on the roadways so far this morning. Let's hope that we can hold it there throughout the day today, or at least through the morning commute hours anyways. Again, let's talk about the wind, because that is the other aspect of the storm system that's going to be swinging its way through. So just like yesterday, the wind is going to be on the increase throughout the day today. Winds are going to be gusting to about 15 to 20, 25 miles per hour or so. But remember, we've got that trough hanging out with us, and that's bringing us that drier Canadian air. And so relative humidity values during the afternoon, peak heat of the day. So as temperatures go up and dew point doesn't climb, relative humidity comes down. So it's an inverse relationship. And we're going to see relative humidity values in the 20s and 30s. You combine that with the wind that we're going to see today. And once again, we do have another special weather statement issued by the National Weather Service that runs until 8 o'clock tonight. Due to elevated fire risks. Now, Knox County they have a no burn here today. I don't know about all the counties, but I do know Knox County has a no burn ban in place today. Overnight lows tonight under clear skies will drop down into the 30s, so not nearly as cold tomorrow morning as what we currently are to get the day started. It is chilly for sure, but your 3-day forecast, we're going to be in the low to mid 60s all the way through Friday. Notice that chance for some light rain showers on into our Friday. We'll talk about that because that storm system's out across the West Coast. But remember, this big old trough of low pressure is the one that's responsible for bringing us below average temperatures, not just here locally, but around the entire region. Yesterday, we had temps in the 70s and 80s across the southeastern coastline. Today, they've dropped anywhere from 15 to 20 degrees. So it is going to be chillier all the way from the Outer Banks of North Carolina down into northern Georgia. All right, so our rainfall does increase as we head through the day on Friday. We are talking about elevated rain chances to swing their way on through the area. And that storm system's originating out across the West Coast. Now, what I'm going to show you is called vorticity. It's mid-level spin and energy in the atmosphere, but I'm also going to throw on precipitation chances, okay? So notice out of the southwest, not much moisture to work with. But watch as it slides across the four corners into the south. It's going to start to open the doors from the Gulf of Mexico. So watch how these rain chances increase out ahead of this wave. This is a wave in the atmosphere. Remember, these are waves in the atmosphere just like a wave in the ocean. As the wave approaches, you get rising air, just like a boat. If a boat were to sit there and the wave comes through, it climbs, it rises, and then back behind it, it sinks. You'll notice that with the rain chances. So watch as this disturbance Friday swings its way through. Ahead of it, we have the rain chances. On the backside of it, you get the sinking air, the boat sinking, and that's what's going to shut off the rain as we head through the day on Saturday. So Saturday should be fantastic. And it's not a big rain maker by any stretch of the imagination. We're talking about a tenth to maybe a quarter of an inch of rain across the Southern Valley. The heaviest rain is going to be across the Outer Banks all the way down to north, central and southern South Carolina, the coastal areas of South Carolina, I should say. We're looking at anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rainfall there. So our temperature trend, not bad. We're going to see temps in the mid-50s today. Okay, that's on the chillier side for sure. But as we head through the rest of the week, we're going to see above average temperatures, or slightly above average anyways. We'll just call it seasonable weather for the first full week of officially spring. And so when you look at low temperatures, they come up as well. Average low for this time of year is right around 40 degrees. And so we're looking at pretty average weather for low temperatures through much of the week. A little bit warmer as we get into the weekend. Still trending maybe slightly above average or maybe trending above average. Anyways, there are some signals that we may be trending above average to round out the month. But do we head into the month of April with some below average temperatures? Only time will tell, my friends. And I'll keep you posted on how this all plays out. Also, remember, today is the first day of spring, 0 days away. Well, just several hours away. It officially comes through at 11 o'clock here tonight. I think like 11:09 or something like that is the official start of spring. And then Easter's 12 days away. Tax Day is 27 days away. And Mother's Day is 54 days away. So we are getting close for sure well, we don't want Tax Day. That's we don't want that. That's the truth. But we also are talking about, well, that's not the right graphic, but you can order some merch if you want to. How about let's talk about the vernal equinox. It is officially spring, my friends. And so what is the vernal equinox? Well, it's when the Earth's axis is actually tilted either toward or away from the sun. And so therefore equal amounts of daylight at all and darkness at all latitudes. Okay, but now we start to get a different shift as we head into summer. That's what's going to help to warm us up, and that's what brings us the warm summer weather. All right, let's go to the chat and say good morning, everyone. If you got everything you needed to know for the day today, we sure hope you have a great day. Do travel safely. No accidents on the interstate. Just grab the jackets. You're going to need those, and just keep in mind that we do have that elevated fire danger throughout the day today. All right, so good morning, everyone. If you've never been to the chat, we do have a little bit of a conversation now, if you will. And so if you have anything that you want to talk about, if you have any events coming up, let me know. Grab your cup of coffee, kick back, relax. I just poured a nice fresh cup right before the start of the show here this morning. All right, love how you guys are all saying good morning to each other. It's 25 degrees right now, says Tom in the Carnes community. So, Tom, do you have any frost on your car or the back patio or any metal objects in your community? I actually don't have a lot on my furniture here this morning, my patio furniture. So frost is not going to be too thick around the area thanks to that dew point and temperature being a little bit further away from each other. Good morning, Tiffany. She's joining us this morning. Got Pat on here. He says it's cold here in downtown La Follette. So good morning, Pat. La Follette is chilly. All of East Tennessee is cold here this morning. Portia got on here this morning. Good morning, Portia. And we've got Julie. And it's spring. So let me ask you, what are you doing for the first day of spring? Are you going to do anything fun? Going to celebrate? Going to recognize? What are we doing? Should be a good day to get out and enjoy. Nice little day for a hike, by the way. If you're looking to do something outside, a nice little hike, one of those days where you start off hiking, you need the light jacket, and then you can take the jacket off because you start to warm up as the blood starts to move. But a good day for a hike or a bike ride. So Chris says, my car didn't have any frost on it this morning. Jeff West is joining us and says, good morning. It's definitely chilly. Yeah, welcome to spring, right? If you're new to East Tennessee, the ups and downs, the roller coaster ride of spring here in East Tennessee. But that's pretty much the case for the entire country. Listen, Denver, Colorado, places in Colorado just got over 2 feet of snow. The snow's going to be gone. I talked to my mom last night. It's like, how you doing? She goes, actually, the roads were pretty good because it was warm leading up to the storm system. But man, that snowstorm packed a punch in Colorado for sure. And Julie says, who opened the freezer? Jeez. Yeah, it is cold. Good morning. Mary Beth Miles is joining us this morning from Maynardville. Sure hope you have a great day today. We've got Lorene on here. Lorene, good morning. Sandra's joining us from Jefferson City Countryside. It is Taco Tuesday, Buck, but guess what I'm going to make tonight? I'm not making tacos. I'm going to make some homemade bourbon chicken. Sounds pretty good to me. Lee, don't worry. We're still here, buddy. Lee's running a little late this morning. Tell your wife we said hi if she's sitting next to you. Morning, Tiffany. She says, happy first day of spring. Can't wait to get my t-shirt on Friday. Going to be going to chat with Tiffany on Friday. She works over at Glass Pros. They're one of the advertisers here for East Tennessee Weather. So you're going to see a lot more of them hopefully coming up soon. But we're going to go have a good conversation on Friday. So tell the crew I said hi this morning, Tiffany, will you? And I'll see everybody on Friday. All right, Tina. Tina has to run. Have a great day, Tina. Thanks for joining us this morning. What's up, Vince? Vince just joining us this morning as well. He also advertised here on the platform with the 24-hour weather channel. Sheila said, I expected a frosty windshield. Well, there's a reason why we don't have it. It's kind of like what I talked about last week. I was actually surprised that we had as much light frost that we had. Was it early last week? I guess it was last week anyways, because the temperature and dew point, when they're far enough away from each other, you just can't get that moisture. It's like dew. It's just cold to form frost. And so if you don't get a lot of dew, if that temperature and dew point have a big spread to them, and so that's kind of why we don't have a lot of frost out there this morning. Good morning, Lisa. She's waiting for her Pilates class to get started in Turkey Creek. So tell the crew I said hi. Tell the whole Pilates crew, from East Tennessee Weather, I said good morning and have a great Pilates class. Tiffany's off. You're off today. So don't tell the crew I said hi. But I'll see you Friday, Tiffany. She said she's going to get outside and take a nice little walk. It should be a nice day for that, for sure. Kimberly likes the full screen, the big screen. Bobby Johnson loves hiking. I love doing some hiking. We need a hiking with Witcher event. We could do that. I'm down with that. Get out, get some exercise. Let's celebrate and recognize heart health. We need to do that. I mean, I know we've been in meteorological spring, but it's nice to actually say, okay, we're officially in spring. Doesn't that just have a nice feel to it? And by the way, a lot of you were asking, I went and looked at all the Little Tennessee winters, and a lot of you posted on social media as well. But we are in the Little Redbud winter right now. Redbud winter is where we're currently at. Excuse me, I just choked on my coffee. Lee, she's gone to work. Well, tell your wife I said hi when she gets back home later on tonight. Julie likes the full screen. You like the little touch on the weather wall? Let everyone know that we're live in the bottom left-hand side of the screen. Corned beef Reuben tonight says, Buck, I actually made mine last night. Didn't do the actual Reuben with the, with the Thousand Island. I actually took the sauce that I typically make with corned beef, the horseradish sauce. Put that on there, a little bit of cheese, fried it up on each side. Ooh, leftover corned beef is the best. I'm surprised on social media how many folks just refuse to try it. They're like, ooh, that looks gross. Is that even cooked? Like, well, it cooked for 4 hours. It's cooked, but they're always red. I guess I probably didn't try a whole lot of it back in the day. Share your recipe, says Claudia. For the corned beef, I'm assuming. Listen, all I did was just buy corned beef from the grocery store. And all the packages, the little seasoning packet, I threw that into boiling water and let it get to a good solid boil for about 30 minutes. Then you bring that down to a nice little soft boil and let that go on for about 3.5 hours. Then you take it out, let it rest, cover it with tin foil. And then once you pull that out, I threw the potatoes in there, cooked those. My wife actually cooked the potatoes, but threw them in there. And then we threw the cabbage in there. I took the potatoes out so they don't overcook, and then threw the cabbage in there. Cabbage always takes a lot longer than you think it's going to because it's so fibrous. Cabbage didn't turn out the best this year. But that's how I cooked it this year. So got to cook it for about 4 hours. Just boil it up. Probably could go get them on sale today, to be honest with you. I told my wife that. I said, maybe we shouldn't go buy one for St. Patrick's Day. They're going to escalate those prices a little bit. Go back the next day. It's like Christmas, you know? Why don't we shop before? Just go shop afterwards. Hey, kids, sorry, Christmas got delayed 2 days. We're going to shop after Christmas when all the deals are there. Julie says, yes, a little hike and greet. That sounds fun. Tammy doesn't have any frost and Washburn in Granger County. She says she's a little surprised for that. Liver is better. No, Kimberly, that's gross. Liver and onions. My parents used to make liver and onions all the time growing up. And I was like, no, thank you. No, thank you. Well, we thought about, somebody said the other day or yesterday maybe we should do a meet and greet for like a lunch or a brunch. Go find some place with a big open area where we can all sit down and have some brunch together. That'd be kind of fun. All right. We've got a lot of folks joining us this morning, so glad you could join us here on East Tennessee Weather. This is Wake Up with Witcher. If you're new to the platform, I do this Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock in the morning. We talk about all things. We give you the forecast. We get you out the door so you know what the forecast is. We look at the big picture, talk about the next storm system, and then we just have a good conversation. But one thing I just really want to highlight again here is the fact that we do have that elevated fire danger thanks to the elevated wind. So it is going to be rather breezy and gusty again here today, but the winds aren't going to be out of the northwest, and so they're actually out of the southwest, and so that's going to help to scour out that colder air. So the colder air that we had in place yesterday and this morning, we'll have to scour out a little bit of that today. So we'll see those temperatures climb up just a little bit more, but we have that trough in place, and that's brought in that drier Canadian air. And so because the air's dried out, that is the reason why we are going to have that elevated fire danger. And so that's why the National Weather Service once again today has a special weather statement. What does a special weather statement mean? Well, it's not as, it doesn't say we don't. So this one's due to elevated fire danger. Now, if we got into a critical category, we'd have a red flag warning. And that means elevated fire danger. So a red flag warning means a high fire danger. But this is saying, okay, elevated, not high fire danger, but elevated fire danger. Remember, Knox County has a burn ban today. And so make sure if you want to do any open burning, check with your counties. But just know that with all the high wind that we have and the dry air that we have in place, probably not a good idea to do any burning at all today. Wait till tomorrow or the next day when the winds start to relax a little bit, and then we'll start to see improving conditions. But your forecast for the next 3 days, really just not bad. Great weather, really. I mean, we're talking about some pretty seasonable temperatures to be sticking with us here for the next 3 days. And really over the next 7 days, pretty average weather is on the way. Average high for this time of year is 62. We're going to be in the 50s this morning. So again, about 5 to 8 degrees below average today. And then we'll see those temperatures climb back to those seasonal averages, if not slightly above average, as we head through the rest of the week. And so really a nice week ahead of us, a little bump of the road, if you will, as we head into our Friday. Friday, we've got a storm system. It doesn't have a lot of moisture as it moves its way through the Four Corners in the desert Southwest, but as it gets closer to the Gulf, it opens the door from the Gulf of Mexico, and that's what's going to lead that moisture to be surged up into that storm system. And notice out ahead of the storm, we get rising air, just like a wave in the atmosphere. Behind it, we get sinking air. So all this rain starts to move its way on in. This is Friday morning. And so again, Friday morning, probably on the dry side. Through the day on Friday, I think just overcast gray, some light rain showers, but just doesn't look like it's going to add up to a whole lot. So through Saturday morning, we'll probably pick up anywhere from, say a tenth to about a quarter of an inch of rain. And that should be about the extent of it. Did somebody cue the music? Somebody cue the music. Oh, yeah. It's 7:21 this morning. And I think we're going to be just wrapping it up here in just a few minutes. How about our merch? What do you want for merch there, Kimberly? What merch are you talking about? You've been to the website, right? Have you not? If you are looking for East Tennessee Weather merch, first and foremost, thank you for supporting East Tennessee Weather. I cannot thank you enough. I do appreciate it more than you know. But it is on my website now. So go to easttnweather.com. You can pick out whatever you choose. It sends me an email. And then from there, you fill out all your information. It sends me an email. You will get a return email. So make sure you check your return email if you do search or if you do purchase something from the website. And that's going to be a one-time payment link. You can pay through debit cards, credit cards, or ACH, either way you look at it. Or we can meet in person if you want. I think I've got possibly 2 people I may be meeting today to drop off an umbrella that they purchased from us. So look for that one-time payment link, and then once you pay that, I will be in contact with you, whether you want to meet in person, to get your merchandise. Let's save on some shipping. Cool. If not, no worries. I'll ship it away. But either way, hey, we got Dwayne Mason joining us from Sweetwater this morning. Dwayne, good morning. I am going to send you back to the 24-hour weather channel. So for those that may just now be tuning in, we'll go back to the L bar. That's what you call it. Go back to the L bar after a couple of quick check-ins with our sponsorships. And again, did you see the post I posted the other day? Listen, I wouldn't be doing this without all of your support, and of course, without all of my advertisers. So if you get a chance, any of the advertisers that do advertise with East Tennessee Weather, try to use them. I've got a couple glass and window companies. Listen, I've got some realtors. I got folks that do all things. And if you're looking for some taxes, I've got a tax person on here as well. So just check out some local vendors, some local sponsorships. It only helps them out, and it also helps me, which in turn helps you as well. So we'll send you back to the 24-hour weather channel here in just a moment. We sure hope you have a great day. Again, Wake Up with Witcher, Monday through Friday, 7 o'clock in the morning for a live weather update and some good conversation. It is the first day of spring, so happy spring, my friends. I sure hope you have a great day. And get a little extra spring in your step here today. Okay, I am a little bit of a cheese ball every once in a while. Or if you ask my wife, probably all the time. As I always say, be safe, be kind to each other. Life is short. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning for Wake Up with Witcher. And always tune into social media. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel and like everything you see. Share it if you'd like. And if you don't have the East Tennessee Weather app, please download it today. Go to the Google Play Store or the App Store and search East TN Weather, all one word. I'll see you bright and early, 7 o'clock, Wake Up with Witcher on our Wednesday morning. Hump day! Almost. We'll see you soon.
The madness has begun. Hey y'all, it's Lise from Rusty Walls Chevrolet in Clinton. You can score big with these deals. New Equinox only $28,800 or $399 a month. Or how about new 4-wheel drive crew cab Silverados only $44,700 and get 2.9% for 72 months. And don't forget, all new Chevys come with Rusty's exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. Together we ride at Rusty Walls Chevrolet in Clinton, where Chevys cost less.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
Good morning. Have a great Tuesday. It's a cold start to the day, so grab the jackets with some light frost out there, but we're going to see improving weather conditions, more sunshine throughout the day today, and more seasonable temperatures. And that's really going to be the trend all week long, with a little bump in the road on into our Friday, but not a huge rain maker. So let's go ahead and get you out the door here this morning. As we start the day, we are in the 20s. It's a chilly one for sure. We're only going to climb into the low 40s as we get into the lunch hour. And our goal today is going to be in the low to mid 50s. So trending below average throughout the day. And that's going to make for a nice cool and crisp evening around East Tennessee as well. We'll drop down to about 46 degrees by 10 o'clock tonight. Now, the other side of the story is going to be the wind and the dry air, just like what we saw yesterday. So elevated wind out of the southwest. That's what's going to help to boost our temperatures a little bit. But we have that very dry Canadian air in place. And so relative humidities fall, the wind increases, and so therefore we have elevated fire danger risk once again across East Tennessee with a burn ban in Knox County. So make sure you check in on your counties if you can burn, but probably a good idea not to do that today because, like yesterday, the wind is going to be on the elevated side for sure. Overnight lows tonight under clear skies will drop down into the 30s. 3-day forecast will stay in the low to mid 60s all the way through Friday, but notice that chance of rain starts to work its way back into the our area Friday. So that trough of low pressure is what's responsible for bringing us the cool, dry air around the area, where regional high temperatures, if you have travel plans, will only be in the 50s and the 60s. We'll increase those rain chances just a little bit on Friday. Remember, that doesn't always tell you the whole story. It doesn't tell you timing, duration, and or intensity. So let's go ahead and time it out for you, and let's talk about the intensity of the rain, or rather, lack thereof. It's our disturbance. That's our disturbance that's going to roll its way through the area on Friday. A wave in the atmosphere does not have a whole lot of precipitation attached to it across the southwest, but as we tap into the Gulf of Mexico, you're going to start to see this moisture increase from Texas to Oklahoma, across the Mississippi River Valley, and eventually into the southeastern U.S. So by Friday morning, probably not a lot of rainfall around the area. Through the day on Friday, here comes that wave swinging its way through and into Saturday. On the backside of that, you get sinking air. It will shut down the rain. So how much do we actually see? Well, not a ton. Anywhere from maybe a tenth to upwards of a quarter of an inch of rain here locally. Across the southeastern U.S., we're going to get quite a bit more. Myrtle Beach and Charleston could pick up 1.5 inches to nearly 2 inches of rainfall. We'll stay at or slightly above average for this time of the year, and low temperatures will be also at or slightly above average, generally speaking anyways. Hey, by the way, it is officially spring, my friends. And with that said, we may be trending at or maybe even slightly below as we head through the first week or so of spring. And what is spring? Well, it's the vernal equinox. What does that mean? Well, that means that the Earth's axis is tilted neither toward or away from the sun, and so we get equal amounts of daylight across the entire globe at all latitudes. We actually have over 12 hours of daylight expected throughout the day today and increasing as we head through spring and into the summer months. We sure hope you have a great day. Have you downloaded the East Tennessee Weather app yet? If not, you should. Just go to the Google Play Store or the App Store and search East TN Weather. It's all East Tennessee all the time, all local, 24/7, 365 days a year, and it gives you everything you need to know every single day. We'll see you soon.